The NBA draft is right around the corner, and for the Golden State Warriors, they have the 19th overall pick in this year's draft. Now, by the time you see this video, a trade might already take place, or the Warriors might already turn their pick at 19. There are obviously a lot of things that happened before during draft night, especially considering the fact that the Warriors are picking in the middle of the draft. And with the new GM the team just promoted, we don't know exactly what the direction of this team is going. The Warriors have a lot of proven veteran pieces and young players on different kinds of contracts, and plus the team has all their first round pick in the future, so the assets for trades are there. Especially with now Draymond Green and Dante DiVincenzo opting out their contract, the Warriors have a lot of cap room to bring in proven veterans. In today's video, we'll be discussing all the possible paths the Warriors can take on this 19th overall pick. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. Yo, what's up guys, Jason's here back with another video. If you're the first time watching, I mostly cover news and reports for the Golden State Warriors, but we also occasionally make contents for every other team in the league. So if you want the latest basketball news and rumors in your feed, all you gotta do is to leave a like and subscribe so that you won't miss any of my future upload. Starting off, let's talk about the draft scenario. Now, without a doubt, Golden State is in a continued window right now, especially with Steph Curry on the team. If they were to take a player at 19th or trade up or trade down, the player has to be someone who is ready to contribute right away. And with the 19th overall pick, that's actually quite challenging because that's a spot where you are too far away from the top recruits, but yet you are far from the end of the first round as well. Now, in terms of the team's needs, the Warriors need centers and power forwards, and I think that's the only way the team should target in this year's draft because we have already invested a ton of draft picks and money into the current guard room. So starting off, the first guy I want the Warriors to take is Dereck Lively II, center from Duke. The Warriors likely will not get him at 19, so they might have to include some players or future picks to get him. His stock has been rising a lot recently, but it's very likely that he becomes a lottery pick. This past year at Duke, Lively was averaging 5.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game. Of course, this isn't any kind of insane stats, but this guy right here is an outstanding defender. You can certainly make an argument that he's the best defensive prospect in this year's draft. Now, the Warriors had a bad defensive season last year, and in order for them to win the title, they have to have a top-tier defense in the league. And Dereck Lively is just here to do that. With his 7'1" height and 6'4" wingspan, it creates a perfect fit of a good defender. Now, if you look at his comparison here, it's quite interesting. He's the Willie Cauley-Stein plus Tyson Chandler with range, and he's built like Jackson Hayes but has much better instincts and basketball IQ. This to me is the perfect fit for the Golden State Warriors. You have the athleticism like Willie Cauley-Stein, you have the paint presence with Chandler alongside with range, and you have the physical build of Hayes but with more IQ. In summary, Lively is a great defender, has range, and has high basketball IQ. To me, that is the perfect prospect for the Warriors. However, the team will likely need to trade out a few spots if they want to secure the big man out of Duke. Moving on, the second player I want to talk about here is Noah Clowney, another center from Alabama. Now, Bama was a good team last year. They were the first seed in March Madness, but unfortunately it falls short and we didn't get to see more Clowney action. But still, his performance during the season shows us why he deserves a spot in the NBA. This past season, he was averaging 9.8 points, 7.9 rebounds, and almost 1 block per game. Clowney is 6'10", which is slightly smaller than Lively, but what comes with his smaller size is his mobility. Clowney, in my opinion, is a very mobile center with great floor spacing potential, and we all know floor spacing is key for this Warriors offense, especially at the current center position because Kevon Looney right now has no threat behind the arc or whatsoever, and James Wiseman obviously is not worried anymore, while the backup center and forward Jermichael Green last year is currently a free agent. Now, the negative stat comp with Clowney is that he's not as physical and will have to add more strength in the league. If you look at his comp here, we got Bobby Portis for the Milwaukee Bucks. I would absolutely love to have this kind of player on this Warriors team. It will bring physical presence in the front court, while also providing firepower from behind the arc. Unlike Lively, there's a much higher chance that Clowney will be there in 19 so that the Warriors can take him without sending other teams more assets. The third and final guy I want to talk about here is Chris Murray, brother of Keegan Murray from Iowa. Now, if you look at Murray's number last year, it looks absolutely amazing. With the 29 games they played, Murray was averaging 20.2 points and 7.9 rebounds while shooting around 33.5% behind the arc. Now, one thing to note here is Murray is the junior out of Iowa, so that he perfectly fits the ready-to-play type for the Warriors. And looking at his film, Murray is a very skilled offensive player, which the Warriors will love. In addition, he is a great athlete with all the traits to become a combo wing in the league. Murray's 6'8" size will also help the Warriors a lot defensively in their front court. If I look at this draft scouting report, you can see here that, quote, Murray isn't a high volume shooter and is just starting to find its range from downtown. Will continue to improve and grow in this area and projects as a high-level 3-point shooter, a solid and versatile defender who relies on smarts and positioning more than raw tools and athleticism. In comparison with the previous guys who talked about, Murray is the most ready by far, and with his deep range and defensive mindsets, it makes him a nice fit for this Golden State Warriors team as well. And before moving on, I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below in the comment section. Who do you want the Warriors to draft at number 19 overall? Now, as I mentioned before, the Warriors can also trade their pick away. I'm not going to talk about small trade up or trade down because it will likely involve players with small contract and second round picks in the future. But if the team were to trade up to the top 3 to have a shot at taking Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller, it's a different story. Those are the kind of players that can come in and contribute right away on a high level, while also taking a small part of the cap space, as of course, they'll be on rookie contract. If you were to ask me, making this kind of pick also means the Warriors are thinking about the future, as this new player the Warriors drafted will become the leader of this franchise after Steph and Klay end their time in Golden State. However, the amount of assets it would take to move up that many spots can be big, and the Warriors don't have a history of doing that, so I doubt that will happen. But I can see the Warriors packing the 19th overall pick alongside with a young player like Poole, Moody, or Kuminga to a rebuilding team for one of their proven veterans, because that's a perfect situation for both parties. The Warriors gains the help from the veteran and the other team get young players and draft capitals in which they can target players based on their team's needs. To be honest, I hope this is what happens with the draft today, because truth be told, no matter what the Warriors take, that player will not make as meaningful of an impact as a veteran. If you look at the Warriors' first round pick these past few years, none of them really developed into one of the cores that the Warriors can rely on during key moments. The draft is happening just in a few hours, so right now the sky is the limit, and let's see together what the Warriors will do today during the draft. Alright guys, that's all we got for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you want the Warriors to do with the 19th overall pick? And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media with all the links in the description box down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.